All right, welcome to week 7. So this week you will finish revising your review letter on Tuesday night. I'm giving you a little bit of extra time to really put the finishing touches on that and make it as good as it can be. But notice that you don't turn in your review letter this day. So I'm pushing back the due date for the review letter because that gives me more time to get caught up on grading and making sure I'm ready to go before we get a whole new batch of papers coming in. So the review letter won't actually be turned in until Saturday this week, but you're also going to start working on the next paper this week. So if you want to turn it in on Tuesday night, you can skip ahead into the Saturday night and turn in your review letter final draft. Otherwise, you can just hold off on that. Make your main finishing touches on Tuesday night, because Thursday night we start the next unit. But again, I'm pushing that back to give me a little bit more time to get caught up. So on Thursday night, we start the research argument unit. You're going to read the guidelines for that. You're going to read some sources related to that and start researching to find your own sources. Now, this is a special little portion of the week here where you will be interacting with one of our librarians. So she's actually going to be working with you closely here for these activities. And so you're going to want to go through all these things and participate in these activities. There's some instructions. There's a video to show you how to do things in terms of, finding your own sources and library research. It'll be very helpful for you. There's an evaluating sources page here and a discussion board that you will participate on as you are starting to find sources. And then there will be an evaluation you conduct for the library instruction. Finally, you'll take the What is a Peer-Reviewed Source quiz for Thursday night. So that's an important chunk there of things that you'll want to focus on as you move forward with this research argument where you're doing your own research. For Saturday night, we're going back a little bit to think about the review letter, because you're turning in the review letter final draft Saturday night. Before you do that, you want to complete this reflecting on your questions activity. And that's going to go back to the review letter peer review, ask you to look at those questions you asked, and then do some writing and thinking about how effective your questions were. When you post your final or submit your final draft, you again want to make sure that you submit 3 questions with it for me to respond to in my feedback. And again, you have the option to post that in our class magazine for 5 points of extra credit. Then those things, you're going to keep working on the researched arguments. So we're assuming you're kind of almost done with the review letter by this point anyway. So you'll turn that in, but then you're going to keep looking for 3 more sources for your researched argument. So that research process is going to continue, and those sources are going to be due Tuesday night in week 8. So we're working towards that goal. There are some sample researched argument papers that you can look at, and you're going to conduct some pre-writing for your research argument, very similar to what we did with the editorial. And so all those instructions are explained in the assignment itself. So that's everything for week 7. I'm here if you need me. Hope you have a good week.